So we've been talking to you. Have you been listening to us for a while? We've been talking to you for a few years now about this vortex that is a vibrational version of everything that you have become and everything that you want. And recently, we've been talking to you about your point of attraction, because your point of attraction, what's going on with you as this person who is standing here thinking these thoughts and having this experience, your point of attraction, we are affectionately calling your grid. It's sort of like the framework of the building that is put into place with the foundation and the studs and maybe a little bit of the roof. Long before it fills in with all of the details that are pleasing you, there is a vibrational version that is you. So you're standing wherever you're standing, doing whatever you're doing with whoever it is you're doing it with, thinking whatever thoughts you're thinking about the past or the present or the future. And as you are doing that, you are offering a vibration that we are forevermore going to call your grid. It's your point of attraction. This is what I got going on right now. So the question is, what I got going on right now, is it a match to what's in my vortex? If it is, I'm flying high and feeling good. Or is it a mismatch? I'm feeling ornery, overwhelmed, even depressed about it. Your emotions are letting you know how well you, as you stand here creating this point of attraction, what are you doing about it? Are you a match to what you want? Are you on your journey to where you want to be? Or are you stalled out because you've got resistant thoughts that have got you in a tug of war that is preventing you from having what you want, you see? So you can tell by the way you feel. So here you are. You're human in your magnificent physical experience, and you now know that you live in a vibrational universe and that you are a vibrational emanator, and that you have already sent off these rockets of desires, and there's a larger part of you that is already experiencing the abundance and the love and the satisfaction and the creativity and the zest for life, the passion, the exhilaration that you want. That part of you exists, and so now you have decided consciously that you're going to do your best as best you can. No perfect records are ever required. To create a grid that allows more and more, oh, hear this, of what's in the vortex to flow to you. So just like it was really fun when you were looking into your yard and thinking about what you wanted, and you drove down the street and you saw your neighbor's yard, and it inspired you to want to do something more, that was the grid filling in. And just like you saw it and then you felt inspired one Saturday morning to get up and drag somebody who didn't want to go with you over to gather up the things, and you took them back, you made a few trips, because the more you looked, the more you found, the more you found, the more you wanted, and you brought all that home, and then you spent the afternoon planting it and the satisfaction that you felt. So that was grid filling in, grid filling in, grid filling in. But you had your hands already in it. In other words, that was grid filling in, and you in many ways sort of filling it in. It's easy to take action to fill that grid in. But you've gotten carried away in believing that it is the action that fills it in. And we want to help you to understand that it is not the action that is filling your grid in. It's the mindset. It's the attitude. It's the mood. It's the way you feel. It's what you've been doing with your thoughts. We want you to know that by preparing your grid, by going as general as you need to go to feel good, that you will raise the frequency of where you stand higher and higher and higher and higher and higher, until it will mesh with the frequency of what's in your vortex, what's already been assembled, all of those cooperative components assembled vibrationally. And now they will begin to flow into your experience. We want you to salivate at the idea of molding that clay. That's the clay we want you to think of molding just for a while. Hold off in going to the nursery and getting the flowers. Hold off in doing the action things. Hold off just a little bit and try to achieve more satisfaction in molding the vibrational clay. When you wake up, if you're ornery, go back to bed, really. Meditate if you can. Quiet your mind. Do something that pleases you. Do anything you can, any moment that you can. When you realize that you've got some negative emotion going on, do anything and everything you can to soothe it. Give your undivided attention to your grid, to what you've got going on vibrationally, and begin to watch what happens. As you begin to move through your day, seas will part. Now, most of you are not trying to move out into the ocean, and so maybe that's not the best analogy. But obstacles will get out of your way. Traffic will be friendlier to you. The people that are helping you will be more helpful to you. You'll find fewer and fewer resistant and ornery people in your way, sort of in the way and presenting themselves in a way to give you that knee-jerk reaction. And as you begin to notice how your life begins to flesh out with all of these things that feel better and better and better to you, and it's going to happen to you because you couldn't have listened as attentively as you have for these minutes that we've been talking without changing your vibration. So for sure, you're going to see some of these things happening in the days and hours that are following. But as those things begin to flesh out, as you stop and acknowledge, this is as a direct result of the improvement in my vibration. In other words, this is me molding the clay. This is me doing the creative work. This is me being the deliberate creator of my own reality. This is me deliberately affecting the vibration of my grid. This is me deliberately offering thoughts that make me feel a certain way. This is me catching myself in the middle of a thought that does not serve me. This is me. This is me. This is me molding the clay. This is me at the center of my universe. This is me at the center of a cooperative universe. This is me watching all things around me, feeling in around me. This is me, the center of the universe. This is me dictating to all moving forces and all things that exist. This is me saying, this is what I prefer, and this is who I am, and this is what I get. This is me in my worthiest state of being. This is me allowing the blessedness that is me to exhibit it in manifested form. This is me on my way to more and more manifestations, but this is me getting to take credit for the smoothing of the traffic. This is me getting to take credit for the high-flying feeling that I have. This is me. This is me, the creator of my own reality, molding the clay. That's the way you're supposed to feel. That's what you came to experience. Not one of you said, I'll go forth and suffer myself into advantage. Not one of you said, I'll go forth and teach others a lesson. I'll make them understand how really bad they are. I'll make them get off the barn. I'll do it. I'll make them get off the barn, and I'll make them get off the barn. And I'll make rules that never allow them to get on the barn again. I'll make movies. I'll make movies to show how dangerous barns are. And I'll get them in every classroom in the nation, in the world. I want all children to know how dangerous barns are. I do.